Thank you for joining me on this channel where we may be dazed, but we are not confused. We are going to be doing an awkward elevator silence epiphany reading. So in these readings, we are going to visualize a person or individual that you would be in an elevator with, having a moment of maybe awkward silence. And then we're going to take a look at the types of clarity or epiphanies that you might receive in that moment about that person, and maybe what they may be realizing about you as well. So in each reading, you will have the opportunity to pick the elevator going up or the elevator going down. If you like, you can watch both. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, or any other types of houses or planets that you would be interested in seeing if it resonates for you. All right, let's get started. All right, Cancer. If you chose the elevator going up, then the epiphany that you're having about the person with whom you are sharing this awkward elevator silence is that they are keeping some information to themselves about some type of skill or talent that they possess. So you may see them as having an opportunity being presented to them to maybe, shine a light and allow this to be seen out in public, but they are keeping to themselves. They're not taking action to bring this out in public. Now, I feel like the reason that you're recognizing this, that they're doing this, is because maybe in the past they've learned a lesson about kind of taking action or being overconfident or overly aggressive in the pursuit of something. And then finding out that it wasn't actually what it was that they were looking for or what they wanted to do. So it's kind of like that, be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. And when it comes to this, I feel like the person has the ability to do something. Maybe they've gotten better at something, and, although they would like to maybe let people know that they're doing this could be like a business. It could be like maybe they're starting a business, but they don't want to announce to their friends and family that they are open for business. They don't want to put it out there. They'd rather just kind of do it on the side. It could also be that, this person could be into, maybe playing an instrument. Maybe they could play an instrument and they don't want to tell people that, they play the ukulele or something on the side and they've been playing at shows for the past year or something like that. It could be something like that, just because they don't want to bring unnecessary attention if it could throw them off, It could be a sense of like, in their mind, they might be thinking that they're showing humility by not putting this up on Front Street. Maybe they feel like they're being modest by keeping this secret. I feel like whatever it is that they're able to do, they're really, really good at it. But they're like restricting themselves from really, maybe even like becoming a star, like just straight up becoming a star. Maybe they could. Maybe they actually have the opportunity that's been presented to them to get more of a showcase for what it is that they do, but they're kind of backing away from it because they're afraid of everything that might come along with that. So that's a possibility that I'm seeing. This person could be on, I feel like they're being viewed maybe through social circles, maybe some type of social media. But it just seems like, this is an aspect of their self. It's like one thing that they do, and like there are people who know about it and that are very much appreciate what they do and they really enjoy it. And then there's like other bubbles of their world where people don't know that and they have a totally different thing that they do. So it could be like they're a star ukulele player by day or by night, and they're doing they make apple pies, in the daytime or something like that. Not to down anything or say that something is mundane or less than another, but, it's just something very contrasting in a sense, in a way, in an effort to kind of maybe skew the way that people see them. That's something that I'm picking up, and I feel like you're recognizing this, but I feel like the affirmation that you want this person to know about themselves is that I am gifted. So with all of this sense of like humility and trying to hide this light or hide this gift, I'm hearing that song, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. But this person is like, this little light of mine, I ain't gonna let it shine. But you want them to know that they are gifted, and you want them to feel that way and to feel as if they can do that. So it says, today I give praise for the gifts, simple and big, that I have been given. I am thankful there is no other like me. I alone was created to do what I alone can do. I make an impact to this world through all I give it. So I feel like you really want this person to own this gift and feel as if they are making the world a better place by letting people experience this. We all have something that we bring that just by being who we are and showing up like that, no matter how big or small it's perceived to be, because that's all very subjective, just being who you are and allowing people to see you be who you are is such a powerful thing, because it gives other people the permission to do the same. Typically, when we have been in restrictive, toxic environments where you are cut down for trying to be who you are, then we feel and take on the energy of restricting ourselves and wanting to hide ourselves because we don't want to offend people or trigger negative responses, okay? Almost like a negative immune response in the body where it's reacting to some foreign thing that's coming in. You don't want to stand out and be different from everyone else, because then everyone will attack you. But when a person does that and another person does it and another person does it, it becomes contagious, and then everyone is free to show up and be who they are. And that raises the vibration of everyone and makes the world a better place. All right, so let's take a look at the epiphany that someone is having, possibly about you. All right, Cancer. So the person with whom you are sharing this awkward silence with on this elevator is having an epiphany that you have become enlightened about some situation in which you may not have expected the best for yourself, and you may have lowered your standards in order to make some sort of situation work out. But I feel as if what they're picking up is that you have recognized this. Maybe before you felt like you were stuck in a situation, and so you didn't have a lot of choices. You had nothing that you could do but stay in that. But now that you've kind of grown in that situation, the situation forced you to have to change your perspective. And because of that, you are now raising your standards. Now, part of raising your standards, this person is recognizing, is that you are going to have to take a calculated risk to kind of take yourself to the edge of what you're comfortable with. And even though there's fear that you could kind of tumble off the side and it's like this never-ending abyss, the point is that by taking this calculated risk, you're going to the edge of your comfort zone and what it is that you feel that you're capable of doing in order to raise your standards and remove yourself from outdated modes of thinking and beliefs about what you deserve and what you should be experiencing in your life. And as you're doing this, it's almost like you are connecting with a higher source, something that you connect with as being kind of like a guide, and it's helping you to get through the darkness of what's hidden, the unknown. It's the unknown. It's all the stuff that you just don't know. And really with this abyss, that's what it is too. It's like this, you just have no idea what's there. It's unknowable. And so you are you're taking this risk to move forward. And as you're doing it, you are connecting with your guides and also like your own inner voice, your own soul is going to lead you through this, because you're going to actually connect with that maybe for the first time. And in doing so, is going to get you through all of this stuff that you're not able to see. All right. I feel like this is important because, once again, it's something that you hadn't done before. And because you hadn't done it, it kind of got you into this spot of feeling stuck. And so it could be an urgent thing. All right. And so now that you're doing this, it's really allowing you to move forward. Now, the affirmation that the person has for you, again, every time I get this, it feels counterintuitive, but it says, I feel alone. Now, what it is that they're wanting for you is not for you to be alone and isolated and unable to, have people to depend upon and connect with, but it's this sense of being able to get into the safe space of really tuning into yourself, trusting yourself, following your own guidance, and allowing that to lead you, as opposed to the energy and influence and voices of others who may be at odds with what is truly best for you. So the affirmation reads, in this lonely moment, I am keeping my head raised and my eyes on the horizon. I know this time will pass, and the sun will rise again in the morning with a new day. So they want you to know that even as you're going through this unknown space, you're keeping your eyes on the prize, which is yourself. What's truly best for you, what's going to make you happy, what's going to get you to a space of being the person that you want to be, and being in a space that's truly, truly reflective of you having a better regard and respect for yourself. All right. And knowing that no matter what you go through, the sun will rise again in the morning and you have a fresh start. Okay. So this is what I have for you if you pick the elevator going up. You can also check out the video for the elevator going down. If this is your last video, then I may hopefully see you in the future. If it's not, then I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye. All right, Cancer, if you chose the elevator going down, then the epiphany that you're having about the person with whom you are sharing this awkward elevator silence is that they are receiving some type of maybe financial payout, maybe some type of inheritance is being passed down to them from someone. And in the midst of that, however, there seems to be a bit of maybe some conflict and chaos surrounding that. So I feel as if this could be, maybe there's an exchange of money that is taking place either as a result of the end of some type of family structure with like a marriage, or perhaps someone has passed and there is a will. And so there's a little bit of chaos over this about who's going to receive what. And I feel like the person you're recognizing this about is what you're realizing about them more specifically is that they are in a unique position to kind of help to negotiate in the midst of the storm. So things are already kind of chaotic and people's emotions and things are already stirred up. This could be like a settlement to some type of dispute, a lawsuit. And this person is in a position to really negotiate because people would be open to that, like to finding something that is going to work in the best interest of all parties that are involved. And you're recognizing this person is kind of safe, like they're in the eye of the storm in the midst of the conflict, but it's like both of the sides, for some reason, like they're not attacking them. They might be attacking everyone else, but something about this person's nature is such that they are able to kind of negotiate and work with the other parties. And they're kind of immune to the negativity. Now, this could also be that the chaos and conflict is coming from, the ending of a relationship, and one person is upset because they're not just because they lost that person, and because they lost that person, not that they actually passed, but just that they're no longer with them. That's where they're creating more conflict. And so maybe this person, they could either be that other person, or they have a way of coming in between the two people or the two groups or whatever it is, organizations, and figuring out how to find a common ground for those two parties. Okay. And this person could be serving as like a mediator. They could also be maybe an attorney of some sort as well. That's what I'm picking up. So I feel like the affirmation that you would like for this person to take on is, I will encourage. It says, my light is warm and inviting, listening and encouraging in times of trouble and dispute. So you want them to feel as if they are this positive, encouraging force, because they may not feel like it while they're in the midst of all of this conflict and everything that's going on, but you want them to see themselves the way that you can see them, because like when you're in the middle of it, it's hard to do that. When tempers are flaring and the emotions are high, particularly if this has to do with an inheritance between like family members and somebody has passed and left it. Typically, unfortunately, so not in all cases, but in a lot, people turn on each other and will just, really, really, really have a lot of strong emotions about money and who gets what. So you see this person as kind of being the light in the midst of that. They could even be one of the people that are a part of the group that's supposed to receive something, but because they're removing that sense of entitlement of what they should be getting from it, they're able to serve in this way. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the epiphany that the person with whom you are sharing this elevator may be having about you. All right, Cancer. So the person who is having an epiphany about you is realizing, and also remember this can go vice versa or otherwise, they're recognizing that you may be either involved in a marriage, so you could be married, or this has to do with marriage, or some type of like family community coming together, and you're recognizing that this person is deciding to take a step back because there are multiple parties involved here. It's like a competition. So there's a sense of, this could be men or women, but I'm feeling like it's women. It's like a competition of women who are trying to become married. They're seeking relationship with a specific person, or it could just be in general, like in the macrocosm, this idea of women who are looking to be in long-term committed relationships and wanting to be married and feeling as if they have to jump through all of these hoops in order to do it. And sometimes that can become like a nasty thing where people feel like there's competition because there's a lack or there's just not enough or something. And then it pits people against each other and it creates a lot of drama. And you're looking at this person and recognizing that they're saying, I'm not going to allow any kind of issues that other people have or things like that to impact me. So basically it's, not my circus, not my monkeys. If I have to compete for something or feel like I'm running this race to get picked into something, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take, my time and really focus on myself and understand that wherever I am, I deserve to be in the space that I'm taking up. I deserve to be in that moment, to be present. And I don't have to prove that I'm worthy of being in that moment. I don't have to compete against a bunch of different people to be in that moment. I am worthy because I am. And this person is doing so with a sense of authority and diplomacy and really sitting on the throne of who they are. Like they feel very confident in who they are, enough so that they can excuse themselves from situations that don't match that. And they do it in a way that's not nasty or that cuts other people down. They just remove themselves because there's no need to feed into this cyclical, chaotic drama that can be brought to the surface. And that's what you're recognizing about this person in this situation. So I feel as if what I'm seeing here for the affirmation that you would like for this person to know about themselves is that they are worthy. I am worthy. It says, without question, I am trusting my purpose and my heart that I am worthy of being in this moment. I have been given the gift of stardust and the heavens. So, this person is strongly standing in the power of who they are and just really appreciating who they are on a soul level. They're appreciating their origins of how they got to be there. They're recognizing just their value and their worth. And looking at these cards, I feel like the other parties that are engaged in this competition or that who might have been pitted against each other are recognizing that in this person. And at some level, they're recognizing that, oh, there is another way to show up. I don't have to do this either. If this person can remove themselves and they're just as happy doing that, then maybe this is not the answer to everything that I'm trying to get to make myself feel as if I'm fulfilled and full. Because really it's a sense of, the individuals trying to fill something within themselves. And looking at the example of this person is showing them that there is another way to do it. I feel like, this is such a norm and it happens so often because we're kind of all conditioned to do this that we just take at face value that that's what everybody is doing, that is the, game that everyone is playing. And, it's not gender based. It's whoever feels that way, like this race to get chose. And when one person steps aside and says, you know what, I'm not going to play this game because it doesn't make me happy. This is too much. This is not my problem. I'm not going to make it my problem. I'm not going to make this my priority. I'm not going to make it my story, or make it my headache, or make it something that keeps me up at night or makes me sad. I don't want to be upset. I don't want to feel less than. I don't want to feel envy or jealousy or competition. I don't want to participate in that, and I'm not going to participate in that. It gives other people permission to do the same without feeling like there's something wrong with them, ironically, for not inviting negativity and toxicity into their lives. And I feel like this is the epiphany that this person is having about you. They're recognizing that this is who you are, and that's what you're choosing to do. Okay. So, all right, Cancer, this is what I have for you for the elevator going down. If this is your last video, then I may hopefully see you in the future. If not, then I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.